What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel, MNK's Lawn Paradise. Your boy Marquis here in my little sanctuary. I've started seeing me make little videos and make some pointers to give y'all inside of here and things that my experience and relay it back to you. So if you liking any of these videos or anything that I'm making, make sure you go ahead and like this one, subscribe to this channel, and also leave comments and let me know your opinions on anything you do inside your lawn and other people's lawn. And I love to communicate. So as we do that, let me ask y'all before I go ahead and talk about how much you can make on a daily, on weekly, and whatever, when you just getting started, and what I make on daily, on weekly, when I do it. So we're gonna just show y'all this Black & Decker. I think we got the old one. This is the in-laws. I just wanted to show y'all this. If y'all using this, go ahead and leave it in a comment and let me know. He has I'm assuming the newer version and the old version. So if y'all using this today, y'all let me know how this works. And I'm gonna go ahead and say you can even start a business with this. Will it take you forever? Yes, it will. But hey, don't let nobody else tell you can't do it. That's a plug-in one. This takes a little 6 volt, 8 volt battery. I'm gonna say this is the newer one. Oh, it takes 18 volts, my bad. 18 volt battery, this is electric one. Can you start a business with this? Yes. But if you're using this for your home, let me know how it works and how you love it and how it works for you, because I love to see that in the comments down below. Because look, not everybody needs, a gas trimmer or, a battery power trimmer. They just need a extension cord, boom, and go ahead and do their thing. But if you need that 18 volt, let me know how that works if you're using that on your lawn. Because, some people got small yards. They don't really need too much. I just had to show y'all that before I start talking about, the ways to make money. That is cool as it can get. And then we're going to do a little video. Y'all stay tuned to the video. We're going to do a little video on both of these and how they work. That's another video, so stay tuned to that. We'll be posting for you to see this. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll see that video real soon. But on the daily, how much can you make weekly? How much can you make on a daily basis? And on daily, that all depends on how many yards you're trying to take on that day. And the size yards that you quote. People don't, give you the weekly payment that you getting. You quote yourself that, and with the yards you doing that week, that's what you gonna make. All right, so it ain't the people that's giving you this money, making your money be what it is that week. It's your quote starts off with your quotes first and your yards that you're doing that day. So on a daily basis, what you can make is straight up 250. You can make straight up 250 depending on how many yards you're doing that day. If it's just you by yourself and you want to do 10 yards and you charge $50 a piece, when you do the math on that, you can make $500 just in that day because you quoted your yards that way. That's one thing we have to start off by understanding. It's all about your pricing and what you want to start your business off with. You can make $500, you can make $250, you can make $100 a day. $100 a day is still good, just starting off in a small business. I'm telling you that right now. Do not think, I know because we in this world right now, the way the world is, $100 won't even get you a full tank at the gas station right now. I understand that. But making that in a day is awesome. Because look, you go work a 9 to 5, sometimes you don't even make $100 a day. You may make $60 that day just by working 8 hours. I mean, I don't know. Getting paid $7.25, you gotta pull some hours to get up to that $100. So starting off with $100 is good. It's great. Don't think that just because you're making $100 a day ain't good. It's still good making that in a day's time, depending on how many yards you getting done. So always understand, it's great to make whatever you can make within a day's time, within 2 hours, within 3 hours. We work off of time. So can you make $50 in 2 hours? Yes, you can. It's about your yards that you soon to take on, that you want to take on. If you going out there quoting yourself, underbidding yourself $30, and it takes you 2 hours, well, guess what? You would have made $30 in 2 hours. That's good and that's great. That's what you want to do. But in this, you gotta understand your time. You made $30 in 2 hours. Grass is way more than quoting yourself something less. $30, you gotta look at the yard. $30, look at the yard, see what you have to do. And normally that is like the smallest lots. And I'm just gonna give you the facts of how I quote. The smallest lots, like trailer lots, just a lot with nothing on it, they just want mow. Those are where you quote $30. That ain't gonna take you 2 hours. If $30 in 2 hours good for you, hey, it's good for you. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong for that. You make whatever you want to make. But normally when I'm quoting, it's a trailer lot, small. Just boom, 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 around the trailer, mow, and go, all right? Little small lots, it's just to mow and go, all right? I'm just telling you the ways I quote. You can quote however you want to do it. But doing $30 for 2 hours, no. I had this one woman, and I'll give you a little history. I had this one woman, she wanted me to trim around her house, trim around her on her driveway. She had a rock driveway that had grass growing up inside that. And I don't know if you ever trim inside a rock driveway. That is the worst thing you could do because rocks fly and all that. But I did it because that's what she asked for. And she had some ditches to trim in and the whole 9 yards. A fence to trim around, a playground to trim around. That took me 2.5 hours and she only paid me $30. Now, like I say, $30 good enough for you to do in 2 hours, that's you. But that is not the way I need to quote myself. It's $30 in 2.5 hours. Not only did that put me behind time for the 4 or 5 yards I have to go do right after that, but also I'm dead, I'm done. I'm just trimmed everything. The trimming is the more taxing part on the body. Is trimming around stuff, weeding around big weeds and stuff like that. It is. So not only am I sweating, drained out by doing that for 2.5 hours for $30, I still got 4 or 5 more yards to go do. So you gotta understand, you can make $500 a day, you can make $30 a day, you can make $40 a day, whatever you seem to quote yourself on or you doing that day. If you're doing 10 yards, if you're doing 8 yards, whatever you wanna make that day, you can make that day. But you have multiple yards to make that day, all right? Understand that. So 2.5 hours for that amount for $30 for that amount of work, it's not gonna cut for me. It's not gonna work for me. I had to tell her, look, I can't do this for such. I'm not trying to give you your yard up. I started doing her ditches. She added all that up on there. I wanted to give her, a good price, and she started adding more and more and more. And once that started happening, you don't change your quote because she adding more. Hey, do this time. Do this time. She started slowly adding stuff every time you go do stuff. Yeah, you gonna be in the hole. Don't let nobody do that. That's another mistake that happens too. They start adding stuff, but you're not going up in your price. Do not allow your customer to do that because now you're adding more time on for that same amount of money. That's basically what happened to me. And that's a mistake that hopefully you don't make or you don't make again or whatnot. So don't do that. But always quote yourself for the amount of yards that you have going on. It's gonna be 2 acres. What you think? What you think 2 acres gonna take? Do they want you to just mow and go to 2 acres? Do they want you to mow, trim the 2 acres? Do they want you to mow, trim, and we spray the 2 acres? You gotta understand. You have to go look at it and see. But can you make $500 a day? Yes, you can. Can you make $1,000 a day with multiple employees? Because if you're doing $1,000 a day for you just by yourself, I feel for you. I feel for you. Because it's hard to do, but you can do it with multiple employees. So with people helping you, can make $1,000 a day. You can make whatever you want to make a day, depending on how big your business is. Now, before I end this, I'm gonna talk about my business. I work full time. I work 24 on, 24 off. I work for the fire department. All right. So we work 24 on, 24 off, and normally I don't get 24 off because I'm working overtime. So I gotta pull my shift is 24, another 24 hours, and another one. How many of that? That's 72 hours I have to work before I actually say no to the next overtime day, or I get off that next overtime day or whatnot. Then I finally can go cut my yards. So with that being said, though, why I'm telling y'all I do 4 yards, because in the amount of yards I have, I can only take on 20 is the max yards I can take on by working overtime at my full-time job and then doing grass part-time job. Now, I don't want to make my customers mad and saying, hey, you taking too long to cut my yard. So I have to take some of these days off. I can't take all the overtime because I wouldn't get time off. I have to work 2 weeks before, I get a week off. And right now, I'm on my week off, so I get to catch up on the yards, all right? So with that being said, I have 15 yards max right now. I take on 20 is the max, but I have 15 right now. So scheduling those in works out perfect. So when I get my 24 off, I get to make 4 yards a day. That'll catch me up. Sometimes I have to do that extra yard, just so, we all still on the same schedule. So making that's 250 a day that I make just off of 4 yards. I make, because that's my quotes. I went quoted those yards, and that's what I can make every time I go cut 4 yards. Now you do 4 yards, I do those twice a week, 250 times plus 250. Now what's that? 500 a day. I make 500 a week, okay? I make 500 a week by doing 4 yards twice a week. It's whatever you want to make. You can make more than that. You can make 500 in one day, depending on what job you have and what else is in your schedule, okay? So with that, you take it and you run with it. Can you make 500 a day? Yes. Can you make 1,000 a day? Yes. Can you stretch that and make 1,500 a day? Yes. Depending on the amount of employees you're gonna have helping you making that amount, plus starting off small, doing it by yourself. Don't always think the big thing starting off. Don't always think that. But you can get to that point. Okay? You can get to that point depending on how many yards you're willing to take on by yourself, plus if you have helpers. Now, if you have helpers, that time dwindles on each yard that you quoted. It dwindles down. So whatever taking you an hour might take you only 30 minutes to get done with 2 people. What was taking you an hour and a half only might take you an hour with 2 people. You hear what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta understand about cutting grass, is the time it's gonna take you. All right? So my 4 yards that I do is the time it's gonna take me. I got them all scheduled and lined out because I know the time and I know how much money I can make within that time frame each and every week that I do it. So hopefully you took something from this video. If you like it, I have more understanding videos that I work alongside that I can explain to you as my experience has been doing this. And I'm gonna keep on doing it because I love to do it. It's a side hustle. When I do get off 24 hours to be off, I can't just sit in the house. Never could, never will, never. Just sit in the house when I'm off for 24 hours or my week off. So I got to keep on moving. So make sure you like and comment and subscribe to the video. We love you. This is M&K's Lawn Paradise. One more thing. Let me know what you thought about this. All right? If you're using it, let me know what you think about it. We're going to do a video. Y'all stay tuned. But thank you for tuning in. Holla.